Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome again. All right, now so far we are able to display the client requests on our dashboard. Not only that, we are also able to view the full details of the request and also insert updates as to what's actually happening with the request itself. As you can see on the right here, we are displaying updates as to what's going on with the case itself. Now, in this video, we're going to be working on closing off the request itself. So what we're going to need is another form or another page where we go to close the request, along with filling in the details of what the problem was, or what the actual problem was, and what we did to resolve the issue. Now, before we get to that, I wanted to address something. Now, as you can see here on the right, where we are displaying the updates, as you can see, depending on how long the text is, it is basically distorting the table where we are displaying the updates. So while I was offline, I remembered another function or a helper class that can assist with how we can display the information that's showing here. So for example, there's a class, a helper function that we can use, which is str. And then what we can do is access functions or such methods such as words. And then in here, the first parameter will be the text itself. Obviously, it's going to be our update. And then we can decide on how many words we want to display um, on this text over here. So for example, we can go for about 6 words. And then the third parameter, if you want to, you can put something like maybe let's say a number of arrows or maybe some dots over there just to show that there is more to the text. So if I were to show you, I'm gonna just do that there. So now if I come back here on the updates page, let's just refresh. As you can see, what it's showing there is the arrows that we basically placed here on the third parameter, but it looks a little bit weird, so I'm going to go with the dots there. All right, so as you can see, it's showing the dots and not the full text. So we're only displaying about 6 words. There's also another, what you call it, method that you can use, which is limit. But what this does is that it limits the number of characters instead of words. So as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words. But this time around, if I were to save this, it's only going to display about 6 characters instead of words. So if you check there, as you can see, it only took the first 6 words that or that the text had. But I'm just going to go with the words here. But in any case, I just wanted to do that so that at least our table is not distorted as it was before. At least now it's displaying the text, or it's displaying a little bit neater than before. All right, so what we will need to do now, I'm gonna just add a button here for closing the request. So I'll go at the top there, right next to the button for the back button for going to the dashboard. I'm just gonna add a space there, and I'm gonna add another anchor tag, and then I'll say close request, right? And then here I'm just gonna add a class to style the button, and then maybe let's say btn danger. All right, so maybe we can also add an icon there. Maybe I'll say window close, and then maybe just add a margin there. Well, actually, let me do this and then save that. So let's just check it out and see how it looks. yeah, I actually need to put the margin on the margin. I'll say margin right for this one, but then also for this btn I need to also add a margin to the to the left. Let's check it out again. Okay, that should be fine. All right, so now this should take us to the close request page. So for that we need to create a route, and then we're gonna go, let's just go here. Okay, I'll say admin. I'm gonna say get close request. I'm gonna say close request, and then from there we're also gonna need a parameter which is gonna be the ID, and then we go to the admin controller. Okay, that's gonna be the name of our method, and I'm gonna copy that. And in the admin controller, uh, let's just go right below here. Okay, so we're gonna take in the ID as the parameter there, and then we're gonna return the view. It's gonna be admin dot. I'm just gonna use the same name as the method itself. Okay, so then here within our admin class, admin folder, I'm gonna create the file. Say get request dot close request. Get dot close request. Right. So I'm just gonna copy from here and then just paste all of it here. Okay. Now again, I'm just gonna use a simple Bootstrap class to contain our form. So for that, just gonna do this quickly. Okay. Right. So within here, um, I'm gonna create the form. So it's gonna be okay. All right, so um, first thing I need to do is let's just check. So we got our route over there. So here within the request details form, need to copy that name there, and then we're gonna create the link there. So remember, we also need the ID of the what you call it, of the form. I mean of the request itself. So just gonna copy this here, and then it's gonna do that and say ID. So remember, we are getting this ID through our admin controller here at the top. So the request details here, this is how we are getting the request information. So um, we should be able to access that ID through that. Um, Apologies. Let me just close off all these other files. All right. So when we click on this, it should take us to the close request page. So let me just refresh. And when I click there, then it took us to the close request page. So now what we need to do is change. Um, oh yeah, what we need to do is if we don't want to, let's say change our mind, when we click the back button, it should take us back to this page over here. So let me just configure those buttons there quickly. So um, we can take this over here, and then we can just change that over there. What's going on? All right, so we'll probably change that variable sooner um, over here. So let me just get the request. So we're gonna do this request. Let's just say DTL and equal to create request. And obviously we're gonna get it by that ID, which we're getting through the parameter. And then obviously here we're gonna say with, I'm gonna make an array. So I'll say request DTL, and then pass in that variable there. So let's just make sure we change this to that, and then we can remove this one over here. And then if you come back here, so we say close request, and then when we click, it should take us back. um, Sorry, um, we need to change, we need to get that one. Sorry about that. We need to get the admin request details route. So let's refresh, and then if we click back, it should take us back to where we were. So okay, so that should be fine. So now what we need to do is add the form. Now if I were to if I were to show you just quickly, I already have the completed request table open here within MySQL. So the form is going to consist of three things: the problem or the initial problem we found, and then the solution we implemented to resolve that particular issue. The two other fields, obviously, that will be done in the background. So the first thing we need to do is, because we are getting the details of the request, we can display what the actual problem was, who the the initial information of the request itself. So here, I'll create a table. Okay, so it's table. Okay, and then here we're gonna get the row, which is gonna be th. What this is gonna be is gonna be the case number, and then what else do we need? We need the, I'm just gonna copy that. And let's just make the color, the card itself, span about 6 columns. All right, so before we continue, let's just see how this looks. Okay, so we got the case number over there. So the other thing we're gonna need, in fact, we can copy some of these details over here. Just to save some time. All right, so okay, we got the case number. I'm just gonna copy that. All right, so the request type, yeah, I think we can change that. The category itself, and then what else? The subject, and then the description. Okay. All right. So yeah, this should be fine. Uh, so on the here, I'm gonna put a title. Okay, the card title would be. Um, sorry about that, guys. I'll say h5 dot, and then I'll just say main font. Right. Maybe let me just put a horizontal line as well. Let's just check it out. Uh, I don't know. Well, let me change the font. That should be fine. And then I'm going to also add the card header here. And then within here, we're going to say card header. Maybe I'll say, let me just also put an icon there. And then text will be danger. And then margin right 1. I'll just say request closure. Okay, let me just check that out and see how it looks. Okay, that should be fine. Just gonna remove the padding of the on the card. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think that should be fine. All right. So now we're gonna add the form right beneath where it shows the client I mean the request description and so forth. So over here we're gonna need a form group. We're gonna need the label. I'll say actual, and then the input text. I think there should be a text input field. Sorry about that. Text area, not text input field. And 2 rows, and that's fine. And then we obviously need to give it a class. Okay, let's see how it looks before we continue. Okay, that should be fine. And then now we need the resolution. Okay, check it out. Okay, that should be fine. And we need the button. And then I think we should make it success. ETN. Okay, let's check it out. All right, that should be fine for our form. So basically, um, I think this should be it. Basically, we're just showing the initial complaint the client had, and then from there on, here is what we're gonna type in terms of what we found as the initial problem to the issue, and then what we did to resolve it. The one last thing I think, let me just let me just start the table itself. I'm gonna use a Bootstrap class for that, so I'll say table bordered. Okay, that's fine. And then I'm also gonna make it striped. So, all right, I think that's fine. All right, so I'm gonna end the video here. We did the styling of the form. In the next video, we're gonna be basically working on creating our functionality to close off the request, and also maybe creating another page where we can view all the closed requests and so forth. All right, so that should be it for this video, guys. For those of you who haven't done so already, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll be catching you guys within the next video. Again, thanks for watching and cheers for now.